Good morning. My name is Mark Quinn. I'm the Director of Security for Garland ISD. It is 11:33, and I would like to call the October 3rd meeting of the GISD Safety and Security Committee meeting to order. The Texas Legislature mandates every school district have a safety committee. The Texas Education Code and Government Code 551 governs how this committee should be run. At this time, do we have any public comments? All right, we do not. So we will jump right into the agenda. So agenda item number 1, security operations update. That's going to be Chantel Moore.
Good morning. I am pleased to update you on security operations as we prioritize the safety of our students and staff. This semester, we have successfully conducted all of our standard response protocol trainings for this semester. And those trainings ensure that our team is well prepared on the campuses for various security scenarios. Today marked a significant milestone as we carried out our last lockdown drill for the semester, and we utilize these drills, and we know these drills are vital in fine-tuning our staff on the response procedures, ensuring that our school community is well prepared for any type of threat that may occur. Additionally, we have recently initiated our tabletop exercise for the campus level, and those exercises are where we go in and talk to the campus security teams, and we give them scenarios for them to process through the SRP that they was given at the beginning of the school year. And our commitment to maintaining a secure environment also extends to our continued efforts in conducting random searches. This is a crucial element in our security strategies for operations. And during our recent security meetings, we discussed of our implementation of our new OmniGo dispatch center. And I am delighted to report that this program has been working exceptionally well. And our team is actively learning and evolving with the process and the functions on a daily basis. So operations, just want you guys to know we remain dedicated to staying at the forefront of security practices and our technologies. Also, we have the goal of providing the highest level of safety and security for our students. Are there any questions on anything operations?
Yes, sir.
At the board level, we heard you bought some new equipment. Has that come in yet with the wands and all that other paraphernalia?
That has not come in yet. That's on Title IV money, I believe. That has not come in yet. No, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
We had ours at South Garland just last Friday, our lockdown with Garland Police Department. Our PA system was out, and we had to delay it 20 minutes. Is there a backup plan or backup protocol in case that was a real situation?
You want to talk about that? Okay, well, we know when the PA is out, the next thing we have is we have our word of mouth. So we know technology fails us. We know we can't solely depend on it, and it let us down. So that's why in our SRP we teach the sound alarm. If one function is down, then the next function is you yourself, your voice, getting out, getting in the halls, shouting it out, passing it down the line. So though we are aware of that situation and we're in the process of fixing it, always use your voice.
Can we find the age of that system and then see if it's on a replacement schedule?
We can find that out. And also, I don't want to touch on that too. Another good way to do these lockdown drills the way we're doing them now is to be able to constantly test that equipment. That's a great thing to find out now during those drills. That way we can get somebody out there and get those adjustments done.
Good question. Any other questions?
All right, let's move to window film. That is me. So I will give you a broad update on window film, where we are, and what you can expect in the near future. So the film has been finalized. We've gone around with a little bit with the company as far as installation dates. They're based out of Atlanta, so getting a crew in town, getting all the product in town is kind of been an issue on their end. They finally finalized that, so crews are coming in from Atlanta. That should be started mid to late October, and what they're telling us is that we should be done by the end of 2023 with all campuses. We have some that require more film than others, some that require some inside film as well as outside, so that inside film will be done while kids are not on campus, but that's kind of the schedule we're on for window film. Any questions on window film? Yes, sir.
It's kind of interesting because we now have, at least I've seen a couple of signs at the campuses announcing about the bond and the successful bond and listing what's going to be at every school. And one of the things is talking about the film. So I've already gotten calls from 2 parents, like, so when is our film going to be on? And I said, I will find out. So it's of that much interest, and maybe we need to do something, Dr. Lopez, to let people know that it's coming. And you just said potentially by the end of this calendar year, that would be
Yes.
probably a good date to publicize.
That would be a great date.
Yeah. Well, it's 2 things, right? So we want to make sure we get the film installed and in a good rotation basis. I think we're going to start in fall break, or is it right after?
It's
fall
going to be
break?
after because of the cruise.
The cruise. Okay, so we have a plan, but this isn't extensive work. So we're hoping that we can get all of our campus facilities done, and once we do it, we'll be celebrating it. There was no favorites that were picked. People are going to say, why not us first? We're doing the best that we can, but I'm just excited that this project will be completed this year.
Yes, sir. Any other questions on film? Yes, ma'am.
I don't know what the deadline is for our October regular board meeting preparation. As you know, we have that board bond committee. So anything we touch in any of the departments and we're implementing projects, that item needs to come to that committee. The idea of the board bond committee is that there will always be one place that the citizens can keep track of all of the bond projects that we're doing, although everything will be spread out. So I will ask Ms. Hogan to ask Mr. Dodds to actually get it on in that meeting as a information item. And I know we have all these other means of communication, but that's our place for consolidation of everything happening with bond-related items. Right, so I will write myself a note that it will be added. Thanks.
You can.
I'm Shelley Garrett, Assistant Superintendent of Safety and Operations, and I wanted to address 2 requests that Mr. Glick had from the last meeting. We did add topics of discussion to the bullets, so we'll remember to say what else do y'all want to hear about or see about. The behavioral threat assessment presentation that you requested will be at our next safety committee, and safety bond initiatives. Javier, I believe, is going to come and do a brief presentation on that, but it just reminds me, since she's talking about the consolidation, so we're always talking about the bond updates, that you'll get an update in this meeting as well. Thanks.
Let me restate, if I can. That should be at what's called the committee meeting, the special meeting. We might have missed the deadline for that, because that date is, spring break is fall, so it will be the following, but I'll try to send Michelle, because we have 2 times to discuss bond items in that special meeting and then also at our regular meeting, but this doesn't have to wait for the regular meeting. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Any other questions on window film? All right, let's move on to TEA intrusion audits. That is me also. The top priority of Garland ISD in the state of Texas is keeping students and staff safe every day. The TEA in Region 10 recently conducted an intruder detection audit at 1 or more of our campuses. The audits test whether a campus is accessible to an unauthorized individual. This audit seeks to help the district identify how campuses can improve safety for students, such as ensuring exterior doors are locked. The audit provides us with an opportunity to create a safer learning environment for our students and staff. We are working closely with our district school safety and security committee to ensure that we are training all our staff and securing our doors for the protection of everyone at our campuses. The support from the state in conducting these intruder detection audits is just one of the many actions we are taking to ensure our schools are safe. We know that this work does not end, and we appreciate the board's and the committee's support. We acknowledge that the parents and community members are likely very interested in the details of these audit results. However, it is in the best interest of the students that we do not share this information to the broader public, as it could lead to compromising important campus security information. Specific details of the intruder detection audit will be discussed in executive session with the Safety and Security Committee. Garland ISD is committed to providing a safe and secure learning environment for our students and staff. Thank you. Now we'll move to Armed Security Officer Overview by Mo Moore.
Thank you. So here at Garland Independent School District, our unwavering commitment to safety and the well-being of our students and staff is our top priority. So we are pleased to inform everybody out there that the state of Texas has mandated House Bill 3, Section 37.0814. We have implemented measures to enhance the security of every district campus during regular school hours. Specifically, this mandate requires at least one armed security officer to be present at every campus. We are pleased to announce that our district is on track to achieving full staffing levels, ensuring that we have the necessary personnel to meet the requirements effectively. Our dedicated team is working diligently to create a secure and neutral environment which every student and staff member thrive without concerns about their safety. But as we continue to prioritize the safety of our educational community, we remain committed to fostering an environment where learning and growth can flourish. That said, we understand the community's desire for transparency, and we want to ensure that we take this responsibility seriously. By limiting the public discussion of certain security details, we aim to prioritize the execution of our security protocols without compromise. So this discussion will go into executive session where I can further explain our security protocols with our ASOs.
Thank you, Mr. Moore. Now we will move to Security, Safety, and Security Audit for 20 to 2023 school year. This is Justin Kaufman.
The top priority of Garland ISD in the state of Texas is keeping students and staff safe every day. Garland ISD recently conducted the 2020 to 2023 Safety and Security Audit, which covers all facilities in the district. The audit seeks to help districts identify how campuses can improve safety for students and staff. We are working closely with our district's School Safety and Security Committee to ensure a safe and secure environment for all students and staff. We acknowledge that parents and community members are very likely interested in the details of the audit results. However, it is in the best interest of the students that we do not share this information to the broader public, as it could lead to compromising important campus security information. Specific details of the 2020 to 2023 Safety and Security Audit will be discussed in executive session of this meeting. Garland ISD is committed to providing a safe and secure learning environment for our students and staff.
Thank you, Mr. Kaufman. Per Government Code 551, executive session is held for purposes permitted by the Texas Open Meetings Act, such as the presentation of information of a sensitive nature. Pursuant to Chapter 551.076, we will now ask visitors to exit the room and for the video to cease recording at this time so that the committee may discuss the district's Armed Officer Program, the 2023 Safety and Security Audit, and the TEA intrusion audits. All right. I certify that nothing was discussed in executive session that was not listed on the agenda. Yeah, he said he did say we're on, right, Mo?
Yes.
Okay. Do we have topics for discussion for future meetings? Anyone want to hear? Yes, sir.
So we had our convention this past weekend at the Dallas Convention Center, and there's all these booths of vendors, and I was walking around, and I saw a name. I said, why do I recognize your name? And they said, well, we're the architects for all your fencing at the schools. And they're getting ready for that. So could we have a topic of that the next time? Because that's another major safety feature that we included as we spoke to parents on selling the bond. And they're getting ready to start the architectural drawings pretty quickly. So I think that would be nice. And maybe if the fencing is out in the springtime, maybe get some pictures, things of that nature.
We can do that.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Glick, let's, the direction that Mr. Dodds and Dr. Lopez and I are headed, that may come to, it may come to the board bond committee first, because all of that approving and RFPs and things like that. So let's kind of work out what that workflow is. We have kind of worked it out first before things of the bond comes to a subcommittee, which it would have come through the regular direction of the bond staff that we have hired. And so, but I will, we will try to relay that, and because we will know when that project is starting with fencing. Our software ought to be up and running basically shortly, so then we can see all of these segments of projects. Is that correct?
Yeah, right now we're in the design phase of that, and the design phase is according to, if I remember correctly, timeline, that the fencing actually, while we're in design phase, I think would get started in 2025. Yeah. I could be wrong. I think we're going to get an update. I got to look at it, but in my mind, I'm going through all those numbers, and sometimes they get crossed. So
Then we can basically look at that so we can see what the projections are. But just fundamental things are going to be tracked through that, and then we can send it out. So.
But I do think what I think the message Mr. Glick is saying is, if there's ever a security initiative that's in process with the bond, we need to talk about it so we could know what's going on. I think that's the important thing, to be in the lookout, so we're not behind the 8 ball when it comes out. Even security cameras, all of those initiatives that we put in the bond.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk to Mr. Dodds. He's aware of how we're organizing those meetings.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Any other topics for future? All right. Well, I would like to invite Dr. Lopez to give any closing comments he would like to give.
Appreciate it. You and your team needs to be commended. You've done an outstanding job. I agree with our president, Ms. Griffin, when she says you're the ones that need to be applauded. I talked to a lot of different school districts from small to large, and everybody's trying to find this problem and address it the best way they can. What I'll say is some of our advantages are not only the internal people that we have, but our 3 Tri-City chiefs and their entire teams. It makes a big difference whenever you have cooperative partners that want to work in unison with the school district. I think in the time that we've been together as a team, we've made strides. And what I love about it is we're ever evolving. We're not static. We don't say, hey, you know what? We've done all these things. Now let's just wait 10 years and try something new. It's constant conversations, things that need to happen. I do imagine we're going to get feedback from our police departments on how they see these new individuals working, and I think we should listen. I hope the community sees the fact that we've been in the forefront of so many different things. And when I brag about the school district, I'm not bragging on behalf of just me as superintendent. I'm bragging on the quality and caliber of people that are hired in this organization. It's really second to none. And so when I go out there, I authentically, when I know that somebody's top tier, they need to be recognized as top tier. That's just been a philosophy of mine my entire life. And so the community needs to understand Security is fluid. There is no perfect way of attending it. But we are doing everything we can to mitigate any circumstance that comes our way. And we need to remember it's the most everyday circumstances that come first. We're prepared for the big events as much as possible, but there's so many little things that go on each and every day that we need to be aware of. I want to give you an example. A child could have health situations. Child collapses in a schoolyard, right? Safety and security is paramount for that child's welfare. And each and every day, our units are called for support, whether it's for paramedics, firefighting, or our police officers, to help sustain and keep track of all the safety factors that go into a school system. You know, a dog comes into our playgrounds. You know, we don't think of the each and every day things that come. And so our Tri-City areas really lead the way, and we want to be part of that excellence as well. And we have risen to the occasion. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Lopez. We have completed the scheduled order of business, and there's no further business for this assembly to consider at this time. I declare this meeting adjourned. Thank you.